Hello, exciting 21 days of our lives as the week kicks off with shocking confrontations, a mother's desperate maneuvering, and a return that promises to shake up Salem like never before. Fans can expect intense drama as characters face betrayals, threats, and tough decisions. Let's dive into what's ahead in Monday's episode. Teresa Donovan returns, a mother reunited but a storm brewing after a tumultuous journey. Teresa is officially a free woman. Having walked through the townhouse doors, she steps into an emotional family reunion with Tate and Brady. While she's thrilled to be back, there's little time for celebration as Tate is already reeling from devastating news. Tate has just learned about John's sudden disappearance, leaving him shaken and fearful for his loved one's fate. Naturally, Brady rushes to support his son, but he isn't the only one offering comfort. Teresa steps up, ready to be the mother Tate needs in this difficult time. She's determined to make up for lost time, but her return to Salem isn't just about family. With her freedom restored, Teresa is eyeing her next move, and it seems confrontation is on the horizon. Her sights are set on Amy, and it won't be long before tensions boil over. But what exactly does Teresa have in mind? Is she looking for a fresh start, or will she fall back into old habits that once led her astray? Rachel Blake and Ava Vitale's explosive encounter. While Teresa focuses on her family, chaos unfolds elsewhere in Salem as Rachel makes a menacing move against Ava. The tension has been brewing for weeks, and now it's about to reach its breaking point. After ambushing Ava, Rachel doesn't hold back. Her threats are fierce, and she makes it clear that she won't tolerate any interference. Ava, however, isn't one to be easily intimidated. Known for her cunning ways, she refuses to back down. Instead, she may very well turn the tables and make a countermove of her own. Could this confrontation lead to another shocking act of revenge? With Ava feeling cornered, she may decide to take drastic action to protect herself. Meanwhile, Kristen is growing increasingly uneasy about her mother's whereabouts. As the hours pass with no sign of her, Kristen's worry turns to fear. She knows all too well what her mother is capable of, and if Rachel is on the warpath, it could spell trouble for everyone involved. Will Kristen be able to rein her in before things spiral out of control? Melinda Trask stirs up more trouble while danger brews between Ava and Rachel. Another conflict is heating up in the town square. Melinda finds herself in the middle of a heated exchange over a valuable necklace, and she isn't willing to back down. Doug is determined to reclaim what he believes is rightfully his, and he's making amends with Julie in the process. However, Melinda isn't ready to part with her newfound possession, and she's more than willing to put up a fight. She's never been one to shy away from controversy, and Monday's episode will see her facing off against Holly, who isn't afraid to call her out. Holly doesn't mince words as she lays into Melinda, making it clear that she sees through her actions. Doug may have expected an easy resolution, but instead he finds himself caught in the middle of a confrontation he never saw coming. Will he be able to navigate this tricky situation, or will it turn into another public scandal? Rafe's interrogation, EJ's secrets put to the test. Meanwhile, Rafe is on a mission to get answers, and his latest target is none other than EJ. With lingering questions about recent events, Rafe is determined to fill in the missing pieces. A recent flashback has given Rafe a crucial clue, but it's not enough to crack the case. He needs more information, and he believes EJ holds the key. However, EJ is a master manipulator, and he won't be giving anything away easily. Rafe presses him for the truth, particularly about the Arnold Feniger swap and the devastating impact it has had on Jada. But as expected, EJ remains tight-lipped, refusing to admit to anything that could incriminate him. Despite EJ's calm demeanor, Rafe remains undeterred. He knows there's more to the story, and he won't stop until he uncovers the truth. A week of shocking developments and unfinished business. As the new week unfolds in Salem, the drama shows no signs of slowing down. Teresa's return brings both joy and complications as she sets her sights on Amy and reconnects with Tate. Ava and Rachel's battle takes a dangerous turn, leaving both women on edge. Kristen grows increasingly worried about her mother's unpredictable actions, while Melinda's refusal to cooperate leads to unexpected tension with Holly and Doug. Meanwhile, Rafe refuses to let EJ off the hook, determined to expose whatever secrets he's hiding. With emotions running high and conflicts reaching a boiling point, fans won't want to miss a single moment. Salem is once again at the center of chaos, and the coming episodes promise even more shocking revelations, betrayals, and unexpected twists. Stay tuned to Days of Our Lives for all the latest drama. Back on tomorrow episode, Friday. Tate's suspicion leads to a shocking confession. The morning started at the Kiriakis' mansion, where Tate stopped by to see Holly, his on-again, off-again confidant. With a smirk, he offered to drive her to school, but not before taking a dig at the recent drama surrounding Doug. His sarcasm was met with immediate resistance from Holly, who quickly came to Doug's defense. "What's your problem with him?" she shot back. "He's a good guy." Tate, unimpressed, folded his arms. "A good guy who just happens to be mixed up in a theft?" he asked, his tone dripping with skepticism. Holly's eyes darted away for a moment before she reluctantly admitted that Doug had, in fact, stolen Julie's necklace. "But he didn't mean to," she quickly added, trying to soften the blow. "The last thing he wants is to hurt her." But Tate wasn't buying it. He was horrified not only by the theft itself but by the fact that Julie was still in the dark about it. "You're telling me he took it and Julie doesn't even know?" Holly nodded hesitantly, biting her lip. "That's why you have to promise me you won't say anything," she pleaded. "It'll just make things worse." For a brief moment, Tate considered it. He understood complicated family dynamics all too well. But before he could respond, Holly turned the conversation on him, catching him completely off guard. A heated argument takes a personal turn. Holly's expression hardened. "I don't get why you're acting like you've never made a mistake," she said sharply. "Have you forgotten about getting Sophia pregnant? And how that whole situation ended?" Tate stiffened. It was a low blow, but she wasn't wrong. He had made his fair share of mistakes. "That's different," he countered. "Sophia and I had a plan, right?" "A plan that fell apart," Holly interrupted. "So maybe show a little compassion before you start judging Doug." Tate ran a hand through his hair, frustrated. "It wasn't supposed to end this way," he muttered, finally opening up about what had happened at the family meeting the night before. The meeting that was supposed to bring clarity had only led to more chaos, leaving him unsure of what his role in the baby's life would be. Holly's face fell as realization dawned on her. "So what does that mean?" she asked cautiously. "Am I supposed to help raise this baby now?" Her words hit him like a ton of bricks. He hadn't even thought about how this might affect Holly. He started to explain, but she shook her head in frustration. "You know what? Forget it," she said, grabbing her bag. "I'll take the bus." And with that, she was gone, leaving Tate standing there, more confused than ever about where things stood. Steve agrees to help Marlena, but at what cost? Meanwhile, across town, Marlena was in desperate need of assistance, and she knew just the person to ask. She approached Steve with a proposition, explaining that she needed his expertise to track someone down. Though initially hesitant, Steve could see the urgency in her eyes. He knew that when Marlena asked for help, it was for a good reason. But what she was asking could come with serious risks. "Marlena, are you sure about this?" Steve asked, concern lacing his voice. She nodded firmly. "This isn't just about me. This is about protecting the people I love." Steve sighed, rubbing his temple. He had made a promise to stay out of dangerous situations, but deep down, he knew he couldn't turn his back on Marlena. Not now. "All right," he finally agreed. "But we do this my way." A look of relief crossed Marlena's face. "Thank you, Steve. You have no idea how much this means to me." As Steve walked away, however, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was walking straight into a trap. Rachel Blake walks free. What's next? The biggest shock of the day came when Rachel Blake was released, sending waves of speculation through Salem. No one had expected her to walk free so soon, and questions immediately arose about what this meant for everyone involved in her case. Brady and Tate, in particular, were left reeling from the news. Just when they thought they had some sense of stability, Rachel's return threatened to upend everything once again. Brady wasn't sure what to make of it. "She shouldn't be out," he muttered to Tate, shaking his head. "Not yet." Tate, still trying to process everything, simply nodded. "So what do we do now?" he asked. Brady sighed, rubbing the back of his neck. "We wait, and we watch our backs." But deep down, both father and son knew that waiting might not be enough. Trouble was brewing, and it was only a matter of time before the storm hit Salem once again.